Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The city of Plymouth is known for a fantastic Memorial Day parade and celebration, but things are much different this year. The scale-back plans and the adjustments they had to make to pull all of this off.
Very busy at the parks on this Memorial Day. So what's being done to help keep popular spots from getting too busy and to keep them safe?
But we begin with the weather and a beautiful but balmy Memorial Day. So will we see storms heading into tonight? In pure Michigan style, it got hot fast this holiday weekend.
It did. And when temperatures go up and they're in the 80s now, you know it gets hot. The storms often follow. So let's get to Paul Gross in for Ben tonight. Paul, what's coming our way?
Do you realize that less than 2 weeks ago it was snowing? And now here we have this. But the big thing is obviously rain on a holiday. Take a look at 4 Live radar, and you can see there is nothing happening from a rain standpoint in our area. But back to the west, there are some scattered showers and storms, also to our east in Ontario. But really, for us, we're high and dry right now and just very balmy right now, solidly into the mid-80s with some humidity to boot. The only cooler spots are right along those lake shores where the south wind coming off the colder lakes is keeping you a little bit cooler. But for the evening hours, again, there's just an isolated thunderstorm chance. Most of us are going to be dry with those temps gradually falling through the 80s this evening. And by the way, with some clear skies this evening, we're going to have a heavenly highlight there in the western sky. If you see a bright star in the west between 9:30 and 10, that's Venus. Just up to the above it and to the left is the planet Mercury. Usually you can't see Mercury very easily. That's your guide tonight. So a nice little heavenly highlight this evening. I'll be back to talk about the forecast for the rest of the week in just a little bit, guys.
All right, let's turn now to coronavirus and today's numbers. Keep in mind, both are normally low on the weekends, and it's likely that's the same for this weekend. And in addition, it is the holiday. 12 new deaths in the past 24 hours reported, along with 202 confirmed new cases. And when you combine this lower trend with a holiday that has nice weather, you know people want to get outside. But I guess, Kimberly, the big question is, are they doing it safely?
Yeah, Steve, that's an excellent question. Folks sick of staying home are getting outside and heading to parks. A Stony Creek Metro Park hit 60% capacity this afternoon and stopped letting anybody else in after that. So today we wanted to find out if people were following the rules, wearing masks and staying 6 feet apart. Rod Maloney joins us live. Rod, park operators are seeming to keep a close eye on everything that's going on, and they're being strict about the numbers, too.
Well, yes. I mean, look, a couple of things we need to talk about here. The first thing is there are officers out. They've been watching the crowds, but we haven't seen, there are masks out there. Some people are wearing masks, but not that many. And there are only crowds that we've been able to find at the beaches. In most other places, we're finding people are not staying so close. A mostly sunny Memorial Day in the 80s in Stony Creek Metro Park in Shelby Township is where we start. The traffic today incredible, but it was the beach that caught our eye, packed to the point where this afternoon they closed not only the beach but the entire facility. Peyton Spevacek came early, spent the day, but had to move around to differing spots.
I mean, I couldn't even drive in the parking lot because it was so packed. I didn't even want to go to that spot. Elizabeth
Wynn was one of thousands who thought the park was a great place to get outside and yet stay safe.
I thought I could go to the beach or something, but I went to go turn into the beach and it was completely closed and there was just so many people there. I mean, I keep seeing cars being pulled in here too. And I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy.
At Kensington Metro Park in Milford, we found the same beach situation. Though not as crowded, social distancing wasn't much at play here either. Although in other parts of the park, like the boat launch, people kept their distance. Dearborn Heights resident Maria Watt did her best to stay away.
I think people are just excited to be out. As far as social distancing, not too good today, as on the beaches today that I noticed in the park, but people are enjoying the day out with their families.
Metro Park Director Amy McMillan says there is a surefire way to avoid the crowds and the closures.
Follow us on social media, and we announce when we have an intermittent closure so that you don't get stuck in line waiting to come in.
Now, the metro parks figure that 60% capacity is when they need to close. And so there are a number of different, Kensington has little spots that end up getting closed, Stony Creek Metro Park, and others have been in some ways over the last couple of weeks shut down. But for the most part, they're saying most people are doing a good job. We also checked, because there had been reports over the weekend that Belle Isle was quite busy, but in the couple of times that we went through today, it was not overcrowded. Back to you.
Good. Okay. Rod, thank you. Well, health officials across the country have expressed concern about the crowds being seen in some other places.
Yeah, our Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to share his thoughts on the situation.
I get it, I really do. Everyone has been cooped up for weeks, the weather is beautiful, and frankly, everyone is ready for this to be over, myself included. But we've got to remember, the virus has not gone away. Our goal was to flatten the curve, and we did that. But flattening the curve means spreading out the number of cases so that we have enough hospital beds and medical staff to care for everyone and to gain extra time to find better treatments. With a flatter curve, the same number of cases occur. They're just spread out over a longer period of time. Now, Michigan is still reporting hundreds of new cases every day. And because of how this disease spreads and how long it takes to get sick, those cases reflect what we were doing 2 or 3 weeks ago, not now. Seeing crowded spaces suggests to me that people are relaxing a little too much and underestimating the potential of virus that may still be circulating in our communities. The best way to reduce your risk is still to limit contact with people outside of your family as much as possible. When you are around other people, stay at least 6 feet apart. And when you're out in public around other people, wear a mask. But remember, a mask is most effective at protecting you from others. That means others need to wear masks to help protect you. If you get somewhere and it's crowded and there are people not wearing masks, don't stay. Each of us needs to be constantly assessing our own risk and making smart decisions to lower that risk. Now, we'll be monitoring the numbers very closely in the coming weeks to see what happens, but each of us can play a part in helping keep those numbers down, which is ultimately what all of us would like to see. Back to you.
Okay, Doc, thanks. Well, now to brand new information into the shooting of a Monroe police officer. We're told that officer is now in stable condition in a Toledo hospital.
She is Corporal Renee Peterson. She was shot last night while checking on a car possibly linked to a carjacking. Our Victor Williams spent the day gathering new information as state police launch their investigation.
Well, 2 men are now behind bars after allegedly shooting an officer, landing her in the hospital, but I'm told that this isn't the first time that this has happened to police officers in the city of Monroe in the last 8 months. 16-year veteran with the Monroe Police Department, Corporal Renee Peterson is recuperating in a Toledo hospital after being shot twice in the lower torso, right below her bulletproof vest.
Things might not be the same with her, and that's sad, and that's a reality of the profession that we have.
The incident happened following a carjacking where 2 men allegedly pistol whipped a woman with a handgun, stealing her car, this blue Ford near East 2nd and Winchester. After seeing that vehicle a short time later, Corporal Peterson approached the car but was shot by one of the men inside. Both fled on foot. This marks the 3rd Monroe police officer to be shot in the line of duty in the last 8 months.
We had another incident that's happened back in November of 19 where 2 of our officers were shot, and that was the first time we've had officers shot on this department in over 70 years. We hope that this is not some sort of a trend.
Both men were arrested following a brief search. So far, they're not being named by Michigan State Police. As far as Corporal Peterson, people have been offering their support in any way they can. Just as we were interviewing Captain John Wall, someone dropped off this wooden flag in her honor.
We hope that it looks good and that she continues to heal and recover, and that she's in the hands of the doctors who know what they're doing.
And Corporal Peterson has several more surgeries to undergo before she can make a full recovery. Last we heard, she is in serious but stable condition. Victor Williams, Local 4.
We wish her well. Okay, Victor, thank you. A maintenance worker makes a disturbing discovery in Monroe County. It happened Sunday afternoon in an open field in the area of West Stein Road and Strasburg. Investigators say the worker found human remains while working near a drainage ditch. The remains were turned over to the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office for an autopsy and identification. Flags across the state are back at full staff after being lowered for Memorial Day.
Governor Whitmer ordered U.S. and state flags to fly at half staff due to the coronavirus pandemic. That order continued through Memorial Day to honor the fallen service members who died in the line of duty. Flags returned to full staff across the state at noon and will remain that way indefinitely.
Well, we are off and running here on Memorial Day. Here's Grant Herms.
A Birmingham woman is lucky to be alive after spending weeks away from her house, coming home, turning on a light, and then this happens. Coming up, what investigators think happened when she flipped on that light.
And brand new video of Paul Whelan as he learns just how much longer he could spend time in a Russian prison.
The city of Plymouth said, no way, we're still having a Memorial Day celebration. Yes, it's going to look a little bit different, but we're going to pull it off. The unbelievable changes they had to make in order to have this celebration stay somewhat whole.